Hello, everyone's. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Welcome back to something I just started recently doing here on Wednesdays. I appreciate everybody for coming here and joining me. A little thing that I'm sort of calling, like, let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it, y'all. It has been so much, of course, that's been going on in the news. I am a true crime fan. First of all, shout out to the ones we've got in the building so far. Gemini Fly, welcome, my love. That's my niecey Pooh. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Jada Smokes, that's my sister. She says she'll be here shortly. BK's Empress, what's going on, boo? I dropped the link in my Discord if you'd like to hop on, boo. And if you are a part of my Discord, that's why I dropped the link for my I'm still kind of, working on a name for it. So far, I've just been calling like what the Wednesdays true crime. And that's what we're gonna do because it's a whole writer strike that's going on anyway. Fana Maria Elvis, what's going on, boo? Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Make sure y'all are giving me a thumbs up and sharing me out when you come in. It would be much obliged, okay? Like I said, it's a whole writer strike going on, and I need to be practicing some new content anyway. So I figured I would talk about true crime, which is something that I love to watch anyway. Aside from like SVU and things like that, I like to watch like reality, true crime. You know what I'm saying? The real deal stuff. So again, that's something I just started to do on Wednesdays, and I appreciate y'all for joining me. Tonight, we are going to be talking about the Alexee Trevizo case, okay? If y'all are not familiar with that, I'm going to sort of go through like a whole timeline of it, give you a rundown from beginning to sort of where we are with the whole case, because it is an ongoing investigation. Although everything happened in January, she didn't officially get arrested until May. She is currently out on bond. We'll sort of get into all of that, okay? Tonight on the panel, I have joining me, of course, my girl, Tracy. Tracy always coming through, okay? I got Tracy, and I got Jay, my girl, Jay. Normally y'all see Jay in the chat, okay? Jay is coming up here. Jay is sort of like another secret weapon of mine, okay? Y'all wouldn't know about Jay, okay? Jay be keeping it in chat, be keeping it all low, but she want them silent but deadly ass, sort of like Tracy. Tracy is silent and nice, and well, not even, they're both nice, but Tracy's sort of dry and silent with it. She's the type that you don't even really necessarily see coming to kill you in the middle of the night. Jay is the one that's sweet. She's in your face. She's making you laugh all the while. Bitch, don't push me. I'm a
The
whole
two
ass
fingers
gorilla.
crossed behind my back. Two fingers
Okay.
crossed.
And I will stab you with a whole ass smile on my face because at the end of the day, I'm just nice like that. And I will nicely slice your ass up. These my girls though, y'all. All right, y'all. So tonight,
Can I just say I want the record to reflect that you also included that I'm the nice one. So when the pregnant one comes, she just has to accept that.
okay, we gonna say that right.
Tracy,
You know
Tracy
what? I will
always
say that
start and
because
stop. Huh?
they are nice. These two right here, they are nice, but at the same time, y'all all know that we've all known that one person that's quiet. My oldest sister, my sister that's right above me, Tracy, the same way. She's sweet, she's quiet, always smiling, just like a whole delicate flower. But at the end of the day, she'll cut your ass up and she'll do it very nicely. And she'll smile because she's a nice person and she'll even check on you afterwards. But she ain't a killer, but don't push her. And that's these two right about here. Don't say it. I'm not lying. All right, y'all. Look, okay. So we're gonna go through a little timeline, and I've got a video also. Shout out to
Actually,
Annie Alexis.
uh,
What's up, boo?
uh, Auntie,
Mhm.
could you also pull up what the safe haven rules are for like New Mexico, even if it is just for that town, just so we can get a better idea of like, that's all I just wanted to say. And then,
Yeah,
'cause
Tracy,
I
if
actually
you're
don't know about it.
able, yeah, hey, Tracy, if you know it, if you're able to drop it in the chat for me,
Say
please let
less.
me know, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Baby sis, I see you trying to come through. Turn your camera off, baby sis. Because I love you. You my sister, but you're looking a whole ass mess right now. Turn the
Oh,
camera off.
I love you.
Listen, I'm that sister that's gonna keep it honest and real with you. But she looked a whole ass mess. Hi,
Okay, so
baby.
why you want to talk all that good shit and just put me out on blast like that? Number one, okay.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you that. Listen, hold on. Okay, calm down. First of all,
Because you're a
don't
new
curse. No,
homeowner, and that's
right.
why.
Don't curse. Oh no, that's not that one. This is the baby
Oh,
one. Okay. So do
oh,
not curse. Okay. Watch your mouth. I am trying to get monetized at least for a little something, something. Do not curse. Watch your mouth. Calm down. Okay.
Okay,
All
but
right.
why?
Hey, Britt. Hey, boo. All right. Listen, we finna get you late. We finna get into it. All right. Listen, we finna go through a timeline. Okay.
oh.
But why you have to put me on blast like that?
Because I love you. But
But
girl,
that did not feel like love to me.
you are girl, you know how we do.
I
Listen,
I I felt a little attacked actually.
Alexee Trevizo, okay? 19 years old. She's from Arista, New Mexico. Okay. She's 19. She's a senior in high school, which no tea, no shade, no pink lemonade. But how many 19-year-olds are there in high school?
And cheerleading.
And cheerleading. She was also in choir.
I
Okay.
have a feeling she got held back
Yeah.
in elementary. As a teacher, that's my theory. She got held back in the early elementary
Probably.
class.
Okay. She also has a boyfriend. I believe his name is Devin. They've been dating for about 2 to 3 years, right? Now, her mom and her are really close. Her mom does come off as a bit of a helicopter mom, which
A bit of.
I understand that because you have two daughters. She's raising them two daughters. She does have her husband, which is the girl's stepfather. Her biological father, we don't know a whole lot about him. That's neither here nor there, right? But her mother
Right.
is very much. She's a helicopter mom. You can already pretty much see that, right? So
Yeah.
Alexi had come home on January 26, 2023. Came home after cheer practice complaining of lower back pain and hip pain, right? She had went to sleep. She woke her mother up in the middle of the night. It's about 11, a little bit after 11:30. She wakes her mom up, tells her mom that she is in a whole lot of pain and they need to go to the ER. They end up going to the ER. Now, mind you, when she goes to the ER, she gets to the ER. Some of the things that the ER nurse says, she has on a baggy clothes, big old hoodie, yada yada yada. Right? She goes to the ER, and one of the things, of course, being a female that in the ER that they worry about when you come in there is that you being pregnant, you having a PID, which is a pelvic inflammatory disease, you having a UTI, you having a kidney infection, any of that. So they get a urine test from you. Of course, they want to check for pregnancy. They want to do urine dip and all this other stuff, right? Now, some of the video that I'm getting ready to show you, and again, shout out to Annie Alexee. She does 10 to Life on YouTube. She's another true crime YouTuber that I watch. I'm going to drop the video down in the comment section below so you can go ahead and check this out at length if you want to as well. There's a little bit of discrepancy on whether or not Alexee was given the results to her urine tests before everything went down. Okay. Now, mind you, when she came into the emergency room, they asked her straight up, could you be pregnant? She's like, no, absolutely not. I'm a virgin. I never had sex, blah, 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 blah. Couldn't be. Her mother as well is like, no, I've been buying her pads every month. There's no possible way. What's going on, Mizzle? And I'm gonna get to, if I see your comments, I'm gonna get to it. I just don't want to get sidetracked because the bitch been drinking that Taylor port. Okay, I don't want to get too sidetracked. So hey, Mizzle, what's going on? I don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I'll get to you though. Okay, but like I say, she goes to the emergency room. They do a urine pregnancy test on her. Now at that point, they know that she's pregnant, but again, she's in a whole lot of pain. At this point, this is when the ER nurses want to start an IV on her so they can give her some pain meds, right? And they also want to do a quantitative pregnancy test on her as well. That's where they check the hormone levels so that they can more accurately see about how far along she is that she's pregnant. Because at this point, they know she's pregnant, right? But in the ER, and just from my own history of having worked in reproductive health care and worked at Planned Parenthood and different things like that, you do often see young girls who will hide their pregnancy out of fear of being shamed, out of fear of disappointment, out of fear of losing whatever opportunities they have. And in Alexee's case, she had already been accepted to New Mexico University. Again, she had been accepted on a scholarship as well. Again, she was in cheerleading. She had a whole lot ahead of her, right? So for her to get pregnant at this time was an inconvenience for her, right? So again, there's a little bit of discrepancy on when exactly she was told she was pregnant, right? Now, they do a blood test on her as well. The blood test has already come back as well that she's positive to, for pregnancy. At this time, in the ER, normally takes about an hour and a half for it to come back. They hadn't told her just yet that the blood test had come back positive as well, that she's pregnant. Before they could tell her, she has to go to the bathroom. She says she has to use the bathroom. She has to have a bowel movement. She has to go, right? Now, again, I'm gonna show y'all video and all this, and all of this because this is an ongoing investigation. I do have to say allegedly, but allegedly what y'all gonna see on tape. Okay, take it from there. She said she had to go to the bathroom, had to have a bowel movement. There's a video of her running down the hallway to the bathroom where she's in there for about 20 or so minutes. Her mother tries to get her out the bathroom. ER staff try to get out the bathroom. They constantly hear the water running. They hear the toilet flushing and they hear the paper towel dispenser going. They knock on the door. She finally comes out. That's when they discover yada, 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 right? So what I'm going to do, like I said, I'm going to play this video. I'm going to first start at, let's see, we're going to first start. It's going to be an ER nurse kind of giving her voice statement of what happened when she first met with Alexee, when she came in, blah, blah, blah. And feel free to chime in the chat, whatever your thoughts are. But yeah, y'all, let's get into it. All right, let me pull this and let me play this.
She presented, I want to say it was around 11:30 at night. I don't have the chart in front of me, so there's some details I'm going to have to sort of guesstimate from my recollection. Her presentation pain after coming home from cheerleading practice. Sounds like she had gone to bed and woken up and woken her mother up. And so her mother brought her in. And when I initially evaluated her, she really wasn't sit still. She wouldn't really let me examine her. She had on a very baggy sweatshirt. And you know, a 19-year-old with back pain, the vast majority of the time, that's not going to be serious. But she was just not really acting right. And so I became concerned there was something else going on. Technically, kidney stone or something like that.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm hearing a weird echo.
She could be pregnant. Her mother said, no, under no circumstances, I can buy pads for her every month. And so I ordered our normal evaluation, which would be some basic labs, including a pregnancy.
You're on mute, Auntie.
It cleared up once you muted.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna mute this.
Oh, okay.
It's because it's probably playing back in here from my microphone. So let me go back and I'll mute mine up.
Pregnancy test as well as yesterday from my recollection. Her biggest complaint was for back pain. She was brought in by her mother. We were told that she began having back pain after coming home from cheerleading practice. Sounds like she had gone to bed and then woken up and woken her mother up. And so her mother brought her in. And when I initially evaluated her, she really wouldn't sit still. She wouldn't really let me examine her. She had on a very baggy sweatshirt. And you know, a 19-year-old with back pain, the vast majority of the time, that's not going to be anything serious. But she was just not really acting right. And so I became concerned that there was something else going on, technically a kidney stone or something like that. I asked the patient and her mother if she could be pregnant. Her mother said, no, under no circumstances. I've been buying pads for her every month. And so I ordered our normal evaluation, which would be some basic labs, including a pregnancy test, as well as a CAT scan of the abdomen and pelvis to make sure she didn't have a kidney stone or something like that. The pregnancy test came back positive an hour late, maybe 45 minutes later. I can't tell you exactly how much time had elapsed when I became aware that her test was positive. So at that point, we sent it for a blood confirmatory test, which is what we call a quantitative HCG, which tells us, it gives us a number instead of just a positive or negative for pregnancy test. It gives us a number. And the reason why that number was really significant was because one of the concerns that you would always have in a young woman who is having back or abdominal pain could be a tubal pregnancy.
There was
Teacher.
And there's
All right,
plenty
so I was gonna
of
say I'm gonna pause it if y'all have any thoughts on that up until that point.
I was just gonna say, like, there's plenty of, it's fascinating that I'm glad that body cams are now able to be released, because this is
Yeah.
how we're getting all the firsthand account. Like
Mhm.
when I think when they interviewed the staff, this was like maybe 3 months after it happened.
Yeah, they
Yeah, 3 months
interviewed the
after it
staff
happened.
in April. This happened in January, and they're interviewing the staff in April. So, which I mean, it makes sense if some of the information may be a little bit conflicting because it is a couple of months, you know what I'm saying,
But
later.
that's what I was about
But
to say. The stories were relatively the same from the night versus them 3 months later. That I think that's how traumatic the whole night was for that staff, that it was still, the details were not that differentiated between the interviews.
yeah,
She did a number on these people.
she
And
did.
I
I feel
I have
especially
to
bad for that
say,
housekeeper that found it.
the body language of both her and her mother. And I have to, if there's one thing I can say about this whole case, is the utmost most professionalism that these
Mhm.
staff members had to do, take and still take care of this woman who's 19. I don't care if she's a high school senior, she was still a
She's a woman.
woman.
Yeah, she's still grown as hell.
And they still had to drop everything to make sure that her well-being was the priority, even though she chose not to think about that for her own offspring.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah. So we're gonna get into it.
Tracy, what
I've
was you
been
gonna say?
waiting.
I have feelings. I have all the damn feelings. So, number one, I was a teen. I was a teen pregnancy.
Mm-hmm.
I was a teen pregnancy. I was a teen pregnancy in high school. I'm going to tell you right now, the first person who clocked me being pregnant was teenage girls. I'm going to tell you right now, them heifers is vicious.
We gonna get into that too, yeah,
Vicious.
and a little bit when the mom has. Yes, we're gonna get into that. We gonna get into that.
Vicious.
But I mean, and there's
Vicious.
obvious pictures. She
Vicious.
was
So,
very much so pregnant.
so, so my initial thing is, right. So when they said, when right. So when she went, because on this part of it, right, it was like she came in saying that she had severe back pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they had said she had came in a couple weeks prior, also complaining of severe back pain, but she also had a history of having pain due to whatever medical issues like she had in the past.
That's what the mother said. The staff never said that. The staff never confirmed that. That's what the mother said,
But
and
even if
that's
I'm
never been confirmed.
correct, but even if so, my statement is, if I'm going with everything that I have in front of me is true, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's the thing I'm going for it with, right? Is everything that I have going for me is true, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna go off of, right? When you go to the hospital, right? When you're of an age where you are able to start doing the things, the first thing they ask you is, are you having intercourse? Like that's a question they ask. Do you think you might be, right? but
Right,
then
right.
but then they don't just ask you, do you think you might be, because your answer could be no. They'll ask you, have you been active, right? Because they don't care if you think you are or not, because they don't care about that, because what you feel don't matter to them. They're because all they care about is if you are or if you aren't, because that then determines how they treat you. You know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm just going to be honest. A lot of times, especially if you go to the ER, if you go places like that, those are places that are very, not in and out, but they are very much so trained to do, okay, I need to make sure I do this, and this. And
Girl,
they got, you
I
know what I
know.
mean? Like
I
they
work
cover
closely. I've been
the,
in MEC for
you know,
23
not, I'm
years. I
not,
work
and I
closely
don't want
with
to
them.
make it
Yeah.
sound like they don't care about you, but I could tell you that I'm not, right? And they still check. They don't, because my word don't really mean much to, not to them, but you know what I mean? So it's like
Right. But what you saying though?
but so what I'm saying is, she could tell them, yeah, no, she's not doing anything, but it's not like they're not going to check.
Yeah, they're
So
gonna do that
when they
anyway.
so
Yeah.
when they so my thing is, how do we know that when she went in 3 weeks before that, no one had told her? Because that just seems very odd to me, that
But
you go into the emergency
who
room.
said she was in there 3 weeks prior?
She did. They did.
Who is they?
On the little recording thing.
Who? Because I
They
watched all of this and I
one
didn't
of
see
the
them.
Yeah, one of the
on one of the
people.
interviews.
Yeah, on one of the things
Um,
they said that
okay, okay.
that she went in 3 weeks prior for pain to the thing, for back
So
pain, whatever pain.
if I wonder if her mother was with her then. Because again, she's 18, she's of age. She could have went by herself without her mother, or she could have went with her boyfriend. Regardless of the fact, she fucking knew she was pregnant. She fucking knew she was pregnant, because again, she's 18. She could have went to that hospital with her and her boyfriend,
So
and
that's my thing.
whatever information they told. And again, because of HIPAA and because of the type of mother that she has, and again, I'm saying this from my own personal experience, having worked with girls from as young as 10 years old to as old as 47 that have been pregnant before. The type of mother that she has that staff has to be very careful about saying certain things, because at the end of the day, they still have to protect her privacy as a patient, but they still have to be honest about certain things. Now, I don't feel for 1 minute that goddamn mama didn't know she was pregnant. That mama
How could she
knew
not? How
she
could
was
she
pregnant.
not? That mom's been
She
pregnant at least 3
knew.
times in her
And then
life.
on top of that, when you see the what I'm getting ready to show you in a minute, the way the mother responded, you knew.
So
You were in denial your damn self.
so
So
so auntie, so I think my thing is, right? So if, because, and maybe I'm wrong, right? Because this has only been my ER experience. I thought that when you are of a certain age, right? And I just assumed that when you go to the hospital for certain, like, for whatever, they test it, and it's not because um you think you are or you aren't. I thought it was just like a, if you possibly could maybe kind of be, we can't give you certain things, so we have to, be kind of proactively safe kind of deal, right? So I
but
thought it was just like
morphine,
a safety thing, right? Like
I
a
mean, they're gonna
safety thing.
test your urine anyway, but morphine they gave me morphine when I went to the emergency when I was pregnant. That's not gonna hurt the pregnancy.
But
And
yeah,
not
but no,
only
I was
that,
saying like a, I thought it was like kind of like a how can I say this better? Like a hospital safety, like not a safety thing, but just like a like a female 101 basic thing, like, oh, you go to the ER, like you go to the emergency room, blah blah blah, like they check your vitals, you're a female, they check and see if you're pregnant, kind of deal. Like it's just kind of like a standard thing that they do. It's just like a basic. It isn't like a, like
mm-hmm,
my sister has had a, like she's had her tubes tied and they'll still test her to see if she's pregnant, and she's had her
mm-hmm.
tubes tied for umpteen years, and she's like, y'all, they're like, that ain't happening, but they still test her. So I just thought that that was kind of like a thing. So when they're saying like she went to the ER weeks before that, I was like, isn't that just like, I thought that that was like a ER standard for like,
Again,
is that not like a
she
ER
could have
standard
known.
thing?
She probably was not with her mother though, because if you listen to what the mama says, the mama's saying that she was taking her to a chiropractor. Her mother said that she had been taking her to a chiropractor for years because she claims, and like, and I want to I want to show y'all the video so you know see what I'm saying. But her mother was saying how she had been, complaining for years that her hips were messed up because the stepfather beat her when she was pregnant and caused her to go into early labor and yada yada yada. I'm not saying that she lying, but it was just like, it's real convenient for you to say this. Now, I don't know. They gonna have to summon a chiropractor if this does end up, being like a murder charge or something like that. Cause homegirl, I'm trying to download these pictures, y'all. These 2 pictures of her from cheer practice where you can clearly see she's goddamn
I
pregnant.
mean, you got the two, and then you also, it's not even, I've never been pregnant, but I know what a pregnant walk looks like. This girl is in her cheerleading outfit, wobbling to
Just
go lift a
pregnant.
girl up.
Uh,
Just pregnant. Okay, y'all look at this. Look at this. Look at these 2 photos.
Look at these photos.
You can't tell me you can't tell that this girl is not pregnant. This is her at a pep rally and then her again at cheer practice.
Now
And it's a bump.
you guys are
It's
joking.
a bump. That's
Clearly, she is just on her period for the 6th straight month, and it's just water weight.
clearly it is. Clearly.
mhm, mhm. Listen,
But it's like, and I'm sorry, the mama can't tell me she didn't know that that damn girl was pregnant. I'm sorry, you're lying. I
I
don't, I
mean,
don't, I
I
don't, I don't
just
want to believe it.
And
I don't want to
you
believe it.
know,
Mm-mm.
if I was the coach, I would put that would put me in jeopardy, I would feel. If I was the cheerleading
Well,
coach and I let
supposedly she
this,
was. Yeah, there. If you go down TikTok, because I fell down a TikTok rabbit hole.
Yes.
There are people. Yeah, there are people that she went to school with who were contacting the mother and were letting the mother know, like, look here, we think she pregnant because she got this nuts of whatever going on, and somehow the mother had contacted the school, and I guess had already told the school that she has a lawyer, and basically the school told them kids not to talk about it.
Yeah, the principal wrote a school-wide note saying, "Don't talk about it. You're liable to get expelled."
Yeah.
And you're going to put this whole community in jeopardy for one girl, excuse me, one woman who made who made a rough decision.
I listen. I'm just simply. I just thought that was like a basic hospital thing. I just thought that everybody who had the ability to
She
carry
knew though.
a thing, and I'm not
It's gonna
saying that
take a
she
second
didn't.
while, y'all.
I assumed that she did. Like I'm listen. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you who told me I was pregnant. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, in high school, this heifer told me I was pregnant. She was
The
like,
definite bump,
your
ain't it, Maria?
face getting she was like, your face getting round and your stomach starting to poke. I think you're pregnant. And I was
Find
like,
Maria Elvis. Don't you see that? Don't you see that, girl?
I was
Come
like,
on.
That's waterway.
mm, I was like, mm. And listen, the only thing that threw me off, and I was like, I don't think so. Because for the first 2 months, I still got my flow. And I was like, I don't think so. So that was the only thing that threw me off initially that kind of made me a little odd about it. But then I actually was, and it was just like, oh, it was just odd. And I was like, okay. But I just
But
had one for the
but
first
you
two
was cold
months.
ass pregnant.
Yeah, but I just had one for the first 2 months. It was just weird. But I
All
was
right.
like, huh.
So
But
look
yeah,
at this. This is
mhm,
video of her running down the hallway when she said she had to, have a bowel movement or whatnot.
mhm.
So I'm gonna
That was
play this.
that was that last contraction.
Okay. Yeah, that last contraction was letting you
That's
know it's
exactly what
time.
it is.
Yes, it was.
Watch.
So this was
Here's
around
the
1:39.
waddle.
This is around 1:39 a.m. She claims that she has to take a shit. They unhook her from the IV, and this is when she runs down to the bathroom. Okay.
Hospital surveillance video, you can see Alexee running to the bathroom holding her butt. Less than a minute later, her mother Rosa comes to check on her to make sure that everything is okay. Alexee didn't open the door, and Rosa seems to be talking to her through the door, and we don't really know what was said here, but she ended up walking back to the hospital room. Alexee was in the bathroom for about 10 minutes before her mom came back to check on her for a second time. But again, she doesn't open the door, and Rosa went back to the room.
So this is when she's just in there, that whole time they waiting to see, and this is just like the nurses talking for the most part here.
I didn't hear anything. Total flush. Yes, after a while I started hearing. So I probably checked on her 2 to 3 times. I'm not exactly sure. And then I just kept hearing paper towel dispenser and flushing and like the water running. I knocked in and she didn't deny anything in it. Eventually it got to a point where I said, "You need to come out," and I asked the clerk to get the key to unlock the door. Obviously, she unlocked the door to go to the restroom. And whenever we finally had the key to unlock it, she opened it and just kind of walked out.
Now, watch her walk out. Watch her walk out. If you rewind that,
I did. Yeah, so went into the restroom and I saw a large amount of blood. When it was on the floor, it appeared to, like I she had tried to wipe it up in places. It was kind of on the back wall behind the commode, the toilet. And so I said, okay, what happened? She said, "I'm on my period." And she walked out. And then I went in, because at this point we had already received the positive pregnancy lab test. When was that? I couldn't tell you the exact time, but I know prior to that, we got a positive pregnancy No, the doctor hasn't been in there to tell her yet.
Okay, so, okay.
Yeah, so went in there, and I did look into the trash can at that time to see if there had been any talks, but the liner was fresh and completely.
Now, there seems to be a little bit of a discrepancy
And see, this is where
between
the
hospital
discrepancy
staff
is.
on whether or not she was told that she was pregnant or not before going to the bathroom. But it could be because these interviews were 3 months after the incident.
And that's exactly what you
The
were
fact
saying,
that
Jay.
she said that the bathroom was bloody because of her period is absolutely appalling, and the staff didn't believe her.
And of course, when you say they automatically knew that she was lying when she tried to say it was bloody because of her period, because again, they already knew from the
Ain't
pregnancy.
nobody bleeding that much on a
No,
period.
no.
And if you notice, when she walked right out the bathroom, both the doctor and the nurse were watching her walk away, and they
Yeah.
noticed the bloody footprints already. And then everybody else, when they walked down that hallway after she went back, everybody noticed bloods on the on bloody
She had bloody
footsteps in the
footprints.
hallway.
Yep.
hmm I mean, and you can only imagine what was in there, because what a lot of people are talking about is there's a 20-minute span. She was only in that bathroom for 20 minutes. And
Yep.
how did she deal with the umbilical cord?
Yeah.
Because
Oh, the
this
nurse is
lady
getting
right
ready to say
here,
that. Yeah.
okay, go.
I
What were you saying,
mean,
Tracy?
I'm trying to think of, have I ever had a cycle so bad that I left bloody footprints? Let me think.
I
My
I
whole life. Let me think. No, not a
No,
one.
no, not a
No,
one.
not a one.
Not a
Not a one.
single one.
Not a one. Like, no.
no, because Tampax was there.
Hello. And then we had them big old diaper ass pads. So
I
we
mean,
would,
listen, even when I was in like middle school and high school and it came on and I wasn't ready and I had an accident and I had to call my parents to bring me
yes,
some clothes or something like that. It like went through my underwear, maybe went through my pants at
but
best.
that
I mean,
like
like that was
that
at best.
pam pam
Never
pam.
on my
Turn this
It
crazy.
denim can stop it, like
No,
exactly. It
denim
never
any
can
went
no,
past
not a
the
whole
denim.
lot. But to answer your
not all,
question,
yeah.
yes, she went to the bathroom because when you're about to have a vaginal delivery, it literally feels like you have to take a big ass shit right when
Mhm.
it's time to push. And so hell, I felt that had I pushed your big head ass cousin out, okay? So that's what she was feeling. And as she's running to the bathroom, that's how you can see her holding her butt because it was coming. So that's why she had to hurry
That
up
baby
and
head,
run to the
that
bathroom.
was
The baby's head was
crowning. That
coming,
baby was crowning when she was
crowning.
running down that hallway.
So I can
Because
vouch that this is
that's not
happening.
even like I gotta take a shit run. That's what the shit is, what's going on? What
Yeah.
is going
Listen,
on?
listen to how this nurse explains it though. This when they thought she was having a miscarriage at first.
For them to do like, pap smear and everything. So she was like, I'll go ahead and disconnect her and she'd go to the bathroom. So I was like, all right. So she was in the bathroom and then Chris, which is one of our other nurses, he was like, because I was like, dang, she's flushing that toilet like an awful lot.
Oh, so you noticed her toilet
Flushing, yes. And then he was like, well, damn. So I went and I knocked on the door and I said, are you okay? And she said, yes, I'm fine. I'm just having a hard time going to the bathroom, is what she replied. So I was like, okay. And then as I push the call light if you need anything.
So you told her to push the call light?
Yeah, if she needed anything. And then like a few more flushes had gone by, and then that's when Chris was like, I don't know, because I told him, what if she's having a miscarriage in there and, flushing stuff down the toilet? So he knocked on the door and he's like, you got to unlock this door. And then she wouldn't reply. And he's like, if you don't reply, he goes, and then that's when she heard him call for me. And he was like, Laura, you got the spare key to this bathroom? I was like, yeah. Because we keep like a ring of keys by the desk where I sit. So I went and I got the key. And just as we were getting ready to open the door, she opened it. And all I saw was like blood everywhere, like on the walls, on the toilet. It just looked like a horror film.
Now, was it covering the floor or was it like
You could-
splotches?
You could tell she was wiping it up with paper towels because it was like smeared.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyways, the floor was just smeared with blood. Blood on the wall, like on the toilet and stuff. And
Do you remember which wall?
it was like the back wall between the toilet and the sink.
In your line of work, what would cause that kind of splatter?
I think something that got pulled out or ripped. Like if you rip something and blood just went, it was like once you see the photo, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just,
So like you say, like rip, like something went like that?
yeah, like when you rip something or if you cut something and you go, like you swing your hand and blood just splatters.
Okay, so
that's how it looked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just kept hearing the paper towel dispenser going and the toilet flushing. So yeah, when we opened up the door, we saw that, and then I noticed she had bloody footprints that she was leaving, going back to the room that we had put her in. So I had called housekeeping, which was Leela, and I was like, "Hey, Leela, I'm sorry to bother you." I said, "But I think this patient just had a miscarriage in our bathroom, and she left like a mess. If you could come and clean it." And she said, "Okay." So she came down and she started cleaning it, and then she went to pick up the wastebasket, and then that she put the basket down and she yelled for me, and she was like, "Lori, come here, the wastebasket's heavy." And I was like, what do you mean the wastebasket's heavy? So when I picked it up and I moved it towards the door, I was like, shit, it is heavy. So I pulled it out because it had like a fresh liner inside, so we didn't think nothing of it because we looked. So when I pulled the liner out, there was like paper towels, and we had rolled trash bags already in there, but she had grabbed a few and like balled them up and put them on top of him. So when I removed them, that's when I noticed the baby on the bottom of the trash can, just wrapped in the bag. Like she had it tight, like because it was the top was twisted and then like tucked under, like so it wouldn't open up.
So basically, if you like
when you grab trash and you like swing
it and then you fold it over to like put it down or whatever.
Yeah, that's how it went.
And it was clear.
It was a clear bag. Yeah, it's one of those clear bags.
So you
So it was a hospital liner?
So you saw the baby inside the bag.
Yeah, and then when I picked it up, that's when I noticed it even more because all I saw was black and purple. But once we picked it up, like the bag suctioned to his face. And that's when I yelled for my charge nurse, which was HT. And I told him, hey, she put her baby in the trash can. So I handed the baby to him. And he took off to the trauma room and opened up the bag. And then that's when we went and got Dr. Vasquez.
Now you say that the bag was suctioned to his face. So was that from?
Y'all see that? Them doctors had to comfort that cleaning lady that found that baby.
And they're so used to that. She's not, and her interview was heartbreaking because she's dealt with her boyfriend unaliving himself in front of her. So when she found the baby, it took her back to that moment.
Yeah, that's not her. That's not her. You know what I mean? So it's sad to say, but when you think of
And
like
that girl
what
walked out the bathroom like, oh, I'm just gonna toss away
it was enough him.
paper towel.
So when you think of it, like when you think of someone's line of work, not to say that it makes it okay, but a doctor or a nurse deals with loss, so they you know what I mean? So it's a different thing. But when someone has never they have no reason, they've never dealt with it, they don't see it, they don't have a reason to really be around it, especially of a newborn. It's a different type of feeling. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that anyone is ever okay losing a newborn, right? But sometimes, in childbirth or whatever, unfortunately things will happen in labor and delivery and things like that. And, and so like the medical staff is trained a little more trained for those type of things, but the cleaning staff, they're not trained for that type of stuff.
Yep.
No, and
This, go ahead. I'm sorry.
honestly, I was just it's very also important to notice how the staff recognize the baby as identifying
Mhm.
him as him
That's
versus
him.
Alexei
Yes.
saying it.
And you know, I was gonna say that the entire time she was detached from the very get-go, because from the moment the and you'll see this because this is coming up, from the moment the doctor walked in and told her, and this is what I'm getting ready to play next. What I'm getting ready to show y'all now is the nurse talking to the police, giving his statement. He's a charge nurse on what he saw, you know, his description of the facts, and then you have the actual, you know, the on-call doctor come and talk to the police officers. Well, the police officers then go into the room, let Alexei and her mom know what's happening. And
This
I'm
charge
sorry,
nurse,
y'all,
I
mama
think, was
didn't.
also a nurse in combat.
He was, I would
And
say he was
this,
a combat nurse. So he's seen the worst of the worst. And
and he was
this
tore up
actually broke
about
him
this
down.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. This is sad. All right. I'm going to play this.
Started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood and shit everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant and she had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing a vaginal exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it. So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
Yeah. How old was the baby?
I don't know. It's full term. She just had it. She had it in the bathroom. Was what happened, and then whatever she did, I don't know. She's gonna lie. She wouldn't even tell us she's pregnant. She's been lying the whole time.
Okay.
So that's what's going on. I just pulled the doctor out of the room, so nothing's been said to the patient or the mother that's in there yet.
Okay.
I have Leela, the housekeeper, if you want to interview her.
Yeah.
She's the one that kind of found under
because
the
I
trash.
wanted to get with you guys first and then get with her to get her statement before I even did anything.
Well, I'm the charge, and this is what has happened.
Okay.
You can interview the nurse that had her.
Okay.
The two nurses that were taking care of her. You can talk to the tech, which is Lori. She's the one that went in there and actually found it, because Leela's like, this is really heavy.
Okay.
So then Lori went in there, and then of course the baby was underneath the clean liner.
Okay. Yeah. If we can speak with Lori.
Okay, I'll get Lori and I'll get Leela.
So officer, he's the first thing though is I need to make sure that the mother, the woman who delivered the baby, is medically stable.
Right.
I don't know if she's delivered a placenta. She's bleeding a lot. I just got her accepted to Loveless. So how I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going. The mother, they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation?
And I'll go in there.
Are you guys going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go right now. I'm sorry. We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do. Lexi, I told you about this.
That was the week.
I just asked you, baby, to tell me the truth. It was not crying or nothing. What did you do to it?
Okay, stop right here.
I
Stop.
just-
Stop. Number one priority, guys. Number one priority is she just had a baby. I don't know if she's delivered the placenta. She's bleeding significantly.
Yeah.
I've spoken to the obstetrician at Loveless. They want her out there as soon as possible. I need your permission to transfer her for medicals. She's
19.
Oh, you're right.
But she is a student too.
No,
still
but
19 years
you're
old.
right. You're right. She needs to. I'm sorry, I forgot she's 18. But you need to make sure that you're safe. I need to send you to Loveless to labor delivery. Will you please agree to that?
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm gonna work on that. In terms, I'm sorry about this, but in terms of delivering a baby and it looked like you tried to hide it, you do have to have the police involved.
And nothing was crying. It came out with nothing.
I know. But the baby's gonna have to be taken for autopsy and there'll be an investigator and everything. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but we need to do this correctly. And I want to be transparent with you about what our steps are going to be.
Do you guys have, I'm the charge nurse here. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Like, how big is the baby?
It's full term.
What? 9 months? Nothing was crying. Lexi, have you watched the news of the girls that what they do
This
to
part
their
right
babies
here.
and what they go to jail?
I think she was talking about the other girl. I think she was talking about the New Mexican teenager
I do
a
too.
year
Yeah.
prior.
Yeah, that's what she was talking
That
about. Yep.
and so even the police on their body cams thought because her name's Alexee, the other girl's name's Alexis. There's
Lexus.
confusion with
Yep.
these two cases that they're so similar, except the first girl's baby survived.
Oh, it's gonna come out. What's going on, Live of Life? Welcome, welcome. The mother is a horrible actress, Arabella. She really is.
Yes, yes, she
really
is.
Again, the
The
weekend.
choreography is not choreography.
It's not.
The choreography is not choreography.
This is what we talked about.
Wait,
You know what? And Alexee should be thanking that doctor because Alexee
Yeah.
said on film what she did with that baby, and the doctor interrupted it so quickly.
Dr. Loki said, "Hey, get a lawyer."
What were you finna say, Tracy?
Nope. I just want to go back to the charge nurse when he first started talking, because I think he said if he told her she was pregnant and then she went to the bathroom or not. Give me
Let
a
me go
second.
back to it.
Please hold.
Yeah,
That
No,
was
y'all
that was
keep
the
going.
discrepancy. That's the
That's what the
discrepancy that
discrepancy,
that's what
right?
we don't know. They were like
Right.
minutes away from they were minutes away. Like as soon as she left the room to go
They
to
were
the
getting ready to
bathroom,
come
I
and
think
tell
they were
her,
on
yeah.
their way. Exactly.
Mhm.
And so that's why her lawyer took 1 inch of that timeline and is
Yep.
holding and is
And
that's
he
what
gonna
they're
hold
using as
on to
their
that
yep.
shit. Yep. Yes, sir.
Which is
You
so
feel sorry
sad
for the
because
girl. You feel sorry for
there's
the girl.
Who?
I
in
feel
the
sorry for her. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was
I was gonna go off on Live of Life for a minute. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, oh liver. Oh wait, go off on him. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I feel sorry for her in the sense that I get it that I only feel sorry for her because she could not go to her mother and she could not have that open conversation with her mother. That's what I feel sorry for her about.
I feel
But
her.
and anything
really thought
else, like, no, you knew what you were doing.
I mean, she is cognitively all there. She's not in a special day class
Nope.
situation. She's
Nope.
completely
Nope.
mainstream and doing
Mm-mm.
extracurricular activities, and she got accepted into college. Do
Now listen to
not
the
baby this girl,
no.
this woman,
Listen.
like not you,
No, I know.
everybody
Yeah,
else.
I know what you said. Yeah, but listen to the rest of this. It's like a minute and a half left of this. Not once do they even ask about the baby. All they're worried about is Alexee, which I get it as a mama bear. But y'all just listen to this.
Right. So as of right now, like what I said is we're gonna have the detectives come over here and they're gonna talk to you. Okay. We have to gather some more information about what's going on. They'll get your statement. They're gonna get the doctor's statements. They're gonna get everybody's statements. Okay. So I don't know everything yet. Okay. So I'm not gonna tell you. I can't tell you nothing, honestly. Okay. All I can say
she's
is
not gonna go to jail.
right now
tomorrow,
she
no?
well right now she's being detained. So she's not gonna leave from here at all, period. Okay. So one of us will
She's
be
in
in
your custody? Like,
yeah, she's detained. Yeah, she's not under arrest, but she is detained. Okay, she's not free to leave. So while this whole thing is coming up, is you're not free to leave. Okay, one of us will be in here the whole time with you because you're not going to try to leave or nothing like that. All right. Like I said, the detectives will be here. They're going to talk to you. I mean, your care is of the utmost right now. Okay, they're going to do what they need to do to take care of you to make sure you get stable. They get you transferred out or whatever. Like I said, the detectives are already been notified. They're already on the way. So they're going to come talk to you. All right. So don't leave. Don't try to do nothing. one of us is always going to be in here in this room with you, okay? Unless we have to step out for doctor's orders or something like that, because if they need to examine you or do something with you. But other than that, like I said, you are detained. You are not free to leave at this point. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And that mom is overbearing. She was making the decisions for her. She couldn't even answer her own questions. She couldn't even answer. That mom was like, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, that's how most tiger moms are, except like she's a terrible
You're on
actress.
mute, Auntie. You're on mute.
So I went back and I listened. So he said, and I quote,
Sorry, that mom is a terrible ass goddamn actor. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So the charge nurse said, we
What's
gave
the
her the
difference
pregnancy
between a
test.
service animal
It
and
came
an
back
emotional?
that she came back positive. She was pregnant. She denied having sex. She kept denying it. We told her no, she was pregnant. She told us she had to go to the bathroom. She left to go to the bathroom. She locked herself in the bathroom. And then everything transpired. So, I mean, so based off of that, it sounds like, I mean,
she knew she was pregnant. That's what it sounded like to me.
It sounds like that lawyer is going to be working for his paycheck.
I mean,
And it sounds like Common Core curriculum. Common Core curriculum needs to get its act together. Because how does a 19-year-old not know?
I'm just
You have
listen.
to. Oh, we're gonna get to what the defense is.
Listen,
What the defense is.
Listen,
what their
I'm just
excuse
simply
is.
saying that I understand that the videos from a couple months later was kind of all over the place because it was a couple months later. But when we seen the video, and I was like, wait, this is like the same day. I was like, oh, this is the police body cam. This is the same day.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
so whatever this is will be the most accurate because this is
yes.
immediately. Let me see what
Yes.
this man is saying because clearly this is the height of the emotions of the things of the things. So we're gonna go with what this man said, and that is exactly what he said. So I'm going to believe that man and what he said. And what he said was, we told her that the test came back positive, and she said, I didn't have sex. And he said, well, your test came back positive. And she said, I didn't have sex. I need to go to the bathroom. And she skedaddled to the bathroom and locked
To go
herself in the
have a
bathroom.
baby.
Okay, so
I mean, on that part right there, honestly, really, truthfully, from a medical standpoint, they should have not let her go to the bathroom by herself. Being that they already knew that she was pregnant
and lying about it.
And seeing the dynamic of her and her mother, seeing that her mother in some ways has some abusive ways to her, whether it could not physically or nothing like that, whether it be emotionally or even mentally or something,
Very controlling.
Right.
You can tell by the whole, we've talked about this. It's definitely
that part.
Again, right.
That.
And again, like you said, they were probably talking about that other girl that threw her baby away in the trash, using her as an example. And lo and behold, your daughter did the same damn thing. But yeah, she knew. Listen to this though. Okay, y'all listen to this. This next up is the body cam of the police officer talking to the mother, the boyfriend, and his mother. Okay, the stepfather is there as well. And quite honestly, the stepfather is the guy that's going to be sitting down in the back with the hat on. Excuse me, I've been drinking. The stepfather he's obviously emotional. You can see him crying. You can see him visibly upset.
This is what I was gonna ask. This is what I was gonna ask. Looking at the stepfather's body language compared to the mom, the boyfriend and the boyfriend's mom. I think the stepfather was the last person to find out what was really going
The
on.
stepfather was
Because
heartbroken. You could tell.
heartbroken, you could tell, like, and
Heartbroken.
also too, watch how the mom brings the boyfriend's mom in the middle of all this mess. That's it. That's all I
But
was want to say.
but I just want to say this one thing. I love how the cop was telling her how they're there so she can't do nothing. Y'all a little late for that. She already did something.
I think they were talking about in terms of trying to hurt herself or trying to leave or something like that. But yeah, the damage is already done.
They're late to the party.
Yeah, the damage is already done. Y'all listen to this though.
Hi, Rosa?
Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Is this your family?
Yes.
Okay. Hi, I'm Detective Gonzalez, Artesia Police Department. What questions do you have for me right now?
What's gonna go on? Like, what can I be with her?
She's getting life-flighted out right now.
Okay.
So they're taking her right now.
Okay.
I haven't spoke to her at all.
Okay. So like, what's gonna go on? Like, what's gonna happen with her? Like.
So she's gonna get treatment before we even talk to her because she needs to be stabilized. So that's why she's getting life-flighted out.
Okay.
Once she gets stabilized, we'll try and talk to her. The baby's gonna go up north for autopsy. More likely it'll be done within the next day.
Is she gonna get taken after like she's released? How?
Get what?
Like, are y'all gonna take her to custody or anything like that? Like,
That depends on what the DA finds. We have to wait for the autopsy to come back to see what happened. Because right now with how everything happened, we're going to do an investigation, get more information from the OMI, Office of Medical Investigator up north. And with that, we present that to DA, see what the DA wants to do with charges, if any at all.
Okay.
It should be pretty soon they make a decision. Because with the age of the decedent, they usually expedite autopsy reports and such. With normal people that pass naturally at home, takes a couple months for us to get reports back. Stuff like this, we'll get it back pretty soon.
Okay.
She's upset because she can't control any of this. And she can't be with Alexee to get their story straight.
That's why he'll be going up north.
We're finding out how quickly the results will come back.
So, even though she's of age, if she's not available to be contacted, can we put you down as next of kin for all mine? Okay. And you'd be grandmother?
I'm mom.
So you'd be you'd be the decedent's grandmother.
Still can't even acknowledge that.
Just wanted to make sure.
She can't acknowledge.
That's her boyfriend.
Right there. Right there. That's what I was talking about.
Mr. Boyfriend, do you have a driver's license? No.
My bad. I'm trying to. I'm talking. I'm like, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, it's like they have yet to even acknowledge the child. It's all, I get it. Like you want to be a mother and you want to look out for your daughter. I totally get that. But you're not even acknowledging the biggest thing here.
Like, it's too compartmentalized in her mind.
Are you not a grandmother?
Exactly. No, she's not, because she's like, that's not my grandchild. It's dead.
And she's like, yeah, and her too. Bitch, hold on. Your daughter was the one that set all of this off. She's in a safe haven hospital. Girl.
She absolutely is.
When you were talking about the other girl, Rosa, to Alexee, did you not talk about safe haven laws, you trick?
I mean, you wasn't worried about. I mean, you know what? Listen, we can't judge them because
yes,
who can?
That's her mama. You know?
I will unfortunately take my trick remark back.
Who can't judge? Who can't? Who can't? I was a teen mama. I could judge.
You don't know what, like, you don't know.
I was a teen mama. I could judge. I was a teen mama. I could judge.
I'm not even judging her.
I was a teen mama. I could judge. I was a teen mama. I could definitely judge. As a teen mama, here's my judgment. 100%.
I mean,
you could judge. Let me tell you something.
She said, so is she. She said, so is she.
The
Tell you
link
something.
is in the Discord, Sir Neil. The link is in the Discord.
Let me tell you something right
Go
now.
ahead.
I can tell you right 100%. I knew, okay, and my parents didn't have to tell me.
Right.
Listen, I knew, and my parents didn't have to tell me. If I wanted to give up a baby, all I had to do was drop that sucker off to a firehouse or a hospital. I knew that. Listen, my son, who don't know the first thing about children, could tell you right now, if you wanted to drop a kid off because you ain't want it no more, you could drop that sucker off to a hospital or
Well,
a
she
firehouse.
she
You
tried.
want to know why?
She
Because everybody's. If you don't want your baby, don't hurt the baby. Just give the baby up.
Just
And
get the,
you know what
yeah.
we'll do? We'll take the baby. That they teach everybody that.
You know
they
Everybody.
what? I
do.
feel bad for that boyfriend too.
Yeah.
Because
He
you
might
I
be
think
kind
he
of
might be
do.
only in his
I
don't
kind
know.
of
20s.
do.
Yeah, you never know.
Well,
I don't
at
know.
what
He
And
knew.
then too, another thing, she did not want to list him on the birth certificate as the father. Alexee
wait,
didn't want to do
what?
that.
Because
Yes.
her mom didn't want that. Because her mom wasn't trying to be
She
whatever
didn't.
training.
I don't know if it was her mother's influence, but she didn't want to. He's not listed on
Wait
the
a
birth certificate
minute.
as the
That wasn't
father.
in the video I watched.
This was
And there's a
on
no contact order for the both of them. Like,
yeah. Yeah, and there's a news article that I'm gonna show after this. After this is a news article I'm gonna show, and it tells some more about that. Yeah, because like I said, the lawyer is now trying to, with the mother, is now trying to file a suit against the hospital and the police department for a breach of HIPAA and for them
oh, that was
negligence.
the other thing. That was the
Saying
other
that the
thing I was gonna
hospital
say.
the hospital should have
Okay,
resuscitated
wait.
the baby, but they
Wait, wait,
didn't.
wait, wait,
The
wait, wait, wait.
autopsy.
Wait.
Hold on, wait, wait.
What breached her HIPAA?
Hold on, because we getting ahead. Hold on, we getting ahead. And
Okay.
this is gonna explain all of that in. I'm not paying for that shit.
I
What
was
is
just gonna say about the autopsy. Are you gonna play anything about the autopsy?
Yeah, I'm finna do it. Hold on, because we getting
Okay.
sidetracked. Hold on. I got a lot going on
No
this week.
worries. I know
All right,
we
here we
are.
go. Here we go.
Because this damn case is just
all over the place.
All over the damn place.
And is the address on you current on the driver license?
Small town antics.
Because determining what the OMI does, if she's still in medical, and they do release the infant back, it'll have to be released to somebody. That'll be up to OMI who they determine next kin is. Maybe the parents, but maybe you. Okay, so that's why we're gonna get everyone's information. Would y'all mind talking to me later when y'all are okay?
Yeah, I was with her. I know she talked to him for a while on the phone, and then she came to me. So I've been with her the rest of the time.
Today? Oh, so what did she come here for that she told you?
She told me she had back pain.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay. Has she been having back pain before?
Yeah, she's pain for her and her hips is no. I mean, she was born with like her. I don't know. It's like crooked.
Her spine?
Okay, because my ex-husband, he hit me. He beat me whenever I was pregnant with her. So she was early. So she had some problems with her hips. Like I always had to take her to chiropractor to get adjusted.
And yet she
couldn't
was a
use, like,
cheerleader.
she was always getting constipated. Like she had to get lined up, whatever. So, I mean, I've been taking her to chiropractor because I always thought, well, this time, I didn't know. I honestly didn't know she was pregnant. I didn't know. I just thought, like she said, I had back pain more on my hips.
Now, did you see the boyfriend's mom's face when she said that?
But she was like in really a lot of pain, and
When did it start?
Like the pain?
Yes.
Yesterday she said it was really bad, that her hips were hurting and her back. And then last night we're on the phone together and she said her hips were hurting bad. I said, ask her if anything else is hurting. And she said just everything. She went to sleep.
But she's a cheerleader too, so she's big in cheers. They have cheer competition. She works out. I mean,
And she's been active this whole
Yeah,
time?
she's been active this whole time
And who does she live with?
with me.
She's
With parents, with us. Yeah,
Okay.
'cause she's in school. She's a senior.
Super senior.
And how long have you all been together?
Almost 2 years.
2 years? Okay. So
I don't
not
like
to
this
agree to
part.
you, but you are more than likely would be the father? Okay. It's,
It's not funny. It's not funny. I don't care how awkward it is to
tricky
find
with
out your teenagers
movement,
are
stuff like that.
being
But
active.
with like death certificates, stuff like that, interpreting his sons, if you choose to use them, we'll be the ones to help you get those. Other than that, because that's all really you'd need, and they can help you with the afterlife care. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have any questions for me right now? Okay. You have my number. You can. That is my work phone. If you want to text me or call me, I have my email on there as well. Okay.
But there's
Sergeant, I
no
got your
tears.
information right?
Yes.
Okay.
Crocodile tears for sure.
Like, where's fucking give her a Razzie?
Yeah.
That mama full of shit. I'm sorry. When she first of all, when she was like, he asked her, like, you know, when did the pain, first of all, when they asked when did the pain start, the mother was the first one that looked at the boyfriend. First of all, did y'all notice that? The
Yeah, like
mother
so her
and the
mom looked at the
boyfriend's mother
boyfriend.
was the first one that they looked at the boyfriend because the officer asked, when did the pain start? The mother looked at the boyfriend,
Yeah,
and
and then
he was the
his
one
mom
that
followed.
answered.
His
And then
mom
he was
followed
like
her
saying,
head.
yeah, and he was saying, he was like, well, yesterday, blah, 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 we was on the phone, blah, blah. She didn't tell you that. Why didn't she say anything to you about it?
And like you can tell, like just where you have it frozen right there, his mom is just now realizing, oh shit,
That
she
mama
was
knew.
Yes.
Yeah, that mama
Yes.
knew. She knew, but she didn't
Yes.
want to neither. She knew.
They all three of them did. That's why I said the stepfather. He just found out that night. Everybody else knew something was happening.
That stepfather was sitting over in that corner.
Okay, allegedly.
Yes, okay, so allegedly, her mom knew for sure, allegedly. His mom had a suspicion, was probably told, oh no, it's taken care of.
My mama would have been turning that hospital up. She would have
Is
been
that what
turning
y'all
that
think?
mother out.
Oh, okay. So let me give y'all my assumptions. I assume that the stepdad had no freaking clue. He was oblivious, like most traditional men who live in La La Land.
Yeah, the stepdaddy didn't know nothing. Yeah, the stepdaddy
Like,
didn't know nothing.
The
He found out
stepdaddy
that
is
night.
La La Land,
agreed
right?
upon.
Like,
No one is arguing that.
He lives in La La Land.
Stepdaddy is
I
completely
feel like the
innocent.
boyfriend knew and he was playing on the baby. I feel like the boyfriend mama was like, oh, I'm about to be a grandma. I feel like the only person who was acting all oblivious and dumb is her mama.
Yes.
I feel like that the boyfriend's mama was like, so her mom's okay with this, and he was getting I feel like the boyfriend's mom was getting the information from the boyfriend, and the boyfriend was like, yeah, da 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 da, and she was just taking whatever her son told her as fact.
I mean, look how proud he was when he said he acknowledged that he was the father. I'm maybe not proud, but
He
he took
started like,
ownership.
oh, that's funny to you?
Yeah, like
I don't
wasn't
think we need to be laughing at nothing right
Don't
now.
get me started about that. I don't care how awkward it is for you to find out that your teenager is active. We're talking about a deceased baby right now.
Go.
So am I the only one who felt like so? Am I the only person who felt like I was like, am I missing something here? I was like, I feel like the only person who's acting oblivious or crazy about her being pregnant is the mama.
The mama.
Because
And
I
I
feel like
feel
the
like that bitch
boyfriend.
knew.
I feel like the boyfriend
She
definitely
knew.
knew. The boyfriend mama definitely knew, and the boyfriend mom is looking crazy, crossed, and confused. Like, oh, did she not know? I felt like she was supposed to have known Am I supposed to
No.
be playing along with this? I don't.
I
Yeah,
feel
the
like
boyfriend mama is just sitting there looking like stunned as hell. Now, Brittany, I haven't seen an interview with the boyfriend or
Me
his
either.
mother or the stepfather. And I
I feel
looked.
like
No.
I feel
And
like
there's a
the
no
mom.
contact order between Alexee
Mhm.
and everybody. So
And the
her and her
boyfriend,
boyfriend
yeah,
haven't been,
they
but
have
they
not.
actually went to prom together, and she's smiling from ear to ear in a
I bet.
Yes.
tight dress.
I bet.
So
So
after
she
she
got to
went,
dance the night
when
away.
she when
Anyways,
she went to the second hospital, Lovelace Hospital, they flew her over there, a life-flighted her over there. They did a DNC on her and they did not find the placenta. So they're thinking that that's what she was flushing down the toilet the whole time was a placenta. Afterwards, she was discharged and she was free to go home. She went to school afterwards. She attended prom. She was able to take her finals up until was it May when she got arrested, and she did 6 days in jail or whatnot. She was able to graduate, but she was not able to attend the graduation.
I'm
Okay,
so shocked.
so you
because
know,
people were boycotting that. People were
yes,
making it known to
exactly.
admin they will
So
boycott graduation if you let her
right,
walk.
you know how
And I
them
don't blame
Miamis are.
them.
So then
Hmm.
word got
She tried
around
it in a small
town,
town.
and yeah, word got around town. The family started getting death threats against them. You know, the mother is now pissed off at the hospital and the police force because she feels like they breached a HIPAA. That's originally what the mother's complaint of it was.
That's
This is the
right.
lawyer now coming up with this extra stuff. But listen to this real quick what the stenographer
Ah,
had to say.
oh, wow.
Since we're covering her face, and I saw that she was distraught. And I said, what can I do? What's wrong? And she said, I really do need for you to go in and do the ultrasound. And I said, okay, that's fine. And we're still looking at the same diagnosis. And she mentioned to me, she said, no, this is disturbing. She pulled me aside. She was whispering to me, and she said, apparently what the patient did was she walked in, she goes to the restroom and delivers the baby in the restroom, and then puts the baby in a bag, because the garbage that we have throughout the departments are pretty.
I'm gonna fast forward it, but I think this is one of the nurses probably gossiping because I'm not gonna play the rest of it. But basically, she was just saying how she didn't really want to have a conversation with Lexi after she had found out what it was that she did, but she knew that she had to be go in there and do her job as a stenographer and blah 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 blah. But the whole time that she was in there, she just kept saying, Lexi kept asking, basically kept saying that she didn't know what happened and she was taking her birth control. She didn't understand what was going on. She didn't understand how she could be pregnant, blah, 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 blah. Once again, girl, you knew good and goddamn well that she was pregnant. But again, I think that this is one of them nurses that goes and gossip because immediately she says, like, once I found out what it was that she did, I didn't even want to have a conversation with her. I just wanted to go in there and do my job and get out of there, which is, I mean, as a medical professional, I have been in certain situations where I don't want to know what people did just because I don't even want to have a mindset to even have to know that I have to go in there and put on, you know what I mean? But just the way she was, I ain't saying that she went gossip and said anything, but it's a small town of only like 12,000 people. I wouldn't be surprised if the Has didn't say nothing. But okay, so what I want to show y'all next, I'm just going to let y'all hear what the cause of death was, okay? And after we listen to what the cause of death was, I'm gonna show y'all when the police showed up to Alexee's house, how the mother was acting, because the mother was acting a goddamn fool for her daughter to have just killed her child. The fool that the mother was damn acting, I was like, girl, you need to be in the jail right there by your damn daughter, quite honestly. Where is it at? All right, y'all listen to this, what the cause of death is.
Absolute horror of seeing a baby with an umbilical cord shredded like string cheese or like it was ripped apart by a savage. This poor innocent baby's mother, who referred to her own baby as nothing. Remember, nothing was crying. Did she rip off the umbilical cord with her teeth? Or how would someone physically do this? Again, I've delivered twice. I don't know how this is even physically possible. It would have to literally probably be like gnawing with your teeth at it. It is so savage and just so disgusting that it makes.
Keep it quilted means you keep it the best. 3 layers of plush comfort you can see.
Me physically ill. When the baby was found in the trash, he was already cold, blue, with no signs of life, and with a temperature of 95 degrees. The items in the trash can with the newborn were paper towels, trash bags from the restroom, and a tampon. The autopsy said baby John Doe was a newborn baby boy who died shortly after birth. Autopsy and post-mortem computed tomography showed an infant male without any anatomic abnormalities or obvious physical injuries. The lungs were aerated and there was air in the stomach and no changes of disposition. The connections in the heart that allow proper blood flow in utero were still open, which is not unusual in a newborn. The adrenal glands showed microscopic hemorrhage, which can be seen in hypoxia, which is lack of air. The air in the lungs and stomach, and no evidence of decomposition, is consistent with the baby having been born alive. Based on length, weight, and organ size, he was approximately 38 weeks gestational age, which is term and compatible with life outside the uterus. This poor baby boy had a full head of hair that was short and dark. He weighed 5 pounds and 9 ounces and was 18.89 inches long. The cause of death is entrapment and the manner of death is homicide. The legal definition of entrapment is the mechanism of death due to confinement in an enclosed space, is usually ascribed to asphyxiation from oxygen deprivation, meaning that this little baby boy suffocated to death, essentially.
He suffocated. He suffocated. That poor baby. A tampon. Trash. A tampon. What happened? Oh, and then bam. I was like, my bad. I didn't even see y'all back there.
No, no worries. No worries.
My bad.
To jail. Directly to jail.
To jail directly. So she savagely ripped apart the umbilical cord, flushed it down the toilet. Oh, that kind of make my flesh crawl.
But as I had previously commented, though, Mom said that she was buying pads. Where'd she get
Mom
the
said
tampons
she was
from?
buying pads. Yes. I don't believe. I mean, she wasn't using them though. You know that she wasn't using them.
I understand that. I understand that, but I mean, to make a lie work, shouldn't you probably try to stick to it? Where'd she get the tampon
How
from?
is she gonna stick to it when she already got caught? What do you mean? Stick to it how?
I'm just looking. Let me in my spectrum, but
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Focus on the fact that Mom said she was getting pads. Where did the tampon come from?
No, that means that it was someone else's tampon, meaning she put
Yeah.
her dead baby with someone
else's tampon. Yes. Yes.
Let me mute my mic before I start cussing.
How do like to do
that's
like
this yes
how dis like
I
you know what?
think
Just
we
leave her alone
broke
with me. I'll take
Tracy.
care of her. Just leave her alone with me. I'll take care of her. Like I'll take care of the problem. Like, just leave her here.
Oh my goodness!
I mean,
I'll delete Tracy.
I mean,
just give her here. I'll take care of her. Problem solved.
the two things that, like, the charge nurse is good at his job. He's very experienced to look at a baby and know that it was full term.
Yep.
That baby was a secret this whole time and didn't have any
Never had a chance. Baby never
abnormalities,
had a
didn't
chance.
have any, it was born alive, had no abnormalities for it to be a secret. That's a miracle within itself. And then to find the air in the lungs and stomach, it sounds like the baby was breathing in
Yeah.
when and you know when it shut down, when everything shut down. And for that woman to say the bag suctioned to the baby's face when she picked up the trash can.
Yeah.
I dare somebody to be like, oh, you know what? You need to give her a chance. Like, no, there's
At the
no
end of
more,
the day,
no
she
more
did what she did.
chances. Or,
Yes.
and I think this is how you, when you raise, this is what happens when you're raising somebody who you won't allow them to take accountability. Her mom had always, it seemed, allegedly, the mom seemed like she was always there to buffer the mistakes that this woman has made up until this point. And
Well, yeah,
she's still buffering.
she was
Still
living
buffering.
vicariously through her daughter. That baby was not part of the plan. She can't continue to have the life she dreamed of through her daughter with this unwanted, unplanned pregnancy.
Send her over here. I'll take care of it. Just send her
All
over
of
here.
that. Tracy says she got it.
Just send her over here. I got it. Because at this point, I'm just telling you. I'm just saying, like, it. The easiest thing to do. I mean, I could just we'll just call it thinning the population. Let's just call it that. Thinning the
I mean,
population.
you really had to do something really bad if Tracy can't even get her words together.
Can't even get the words together. You know that's bad. You know that's bad. Yeah, I'm finna play when the police show up to the house. And listen, look how the mama is acting. Like your daughter didn't commit a whole ass murder out here. Y'all watch this.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest. Okay, let me see.
She was so difficult, and that Alexee is of age. You don't need to see the search warrant, ma'am.
I'm letting you know she has a warrant for her arrest. We have a search warrant for your house. We have a warrant for her arrest. Okay, let me see the warrant. Yeah, once she gets a copy of it. Can I go up there when you take her up there? Okay, so what is she under arrest for? She's over 18.
I understand that.
Right.
Detective Gonzalez. Right. What is she under arrest for?
She has a warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all we're saying. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
I mean, she's over the age of 18.
I understand that, but I have a right to know as well.
We'll tell you that.
Okay, then let me know now. Let me know now. I'm giving you the corporation. I told you answer my question. What is she under arrest for?
That's not that is still
what is she under arrest for?
You don't know it.
Yet. Let me know what she's under arrest for.
She doesn't know?
For what? For what?
I thought she was smart.
You okay with telling us? Homicide. Open count of homicide. And tampering with evidence.
Tampering with evidence?
Yeah.
At the hospital?
So, can you see her?
The reaction is truly just unbelievable to me.
Did she ignore the murder
The
charge?
audacity of this family and their reactions is like nothing I've ever seen. When Alexee was arrested, her mom asked the police if they could make sure that she's separated from other people because of what they will do if they find out what Alexee did or what people think she did. That is a direct quote. She said both of those things.
So not only do you murder your baby, but then you want to get special treatment. Well, no, I take that back. Not special treatment. You just think that, again, like you're just above it all and be like, well, can she just be separated from everyone else? Because if they find out what they think she did, it could be bad for her.
I mean, the mama ain't wrong. Cause send her over here. I told y'all. Okay. I mean, I told y'all. Send her over here.
Okay, but did the cops tell her that she was being arrested for murder and tampering with evidence?
Yes.
Right. Okay, and she just ignored the and okay, make it okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty much.
And there is a part of that video where they ask her information. So they ask her, what's the last 4 digits of your social
And her
security? And
mama's
mom
like,
goes,
she
oh,
don't
she doesn't
know.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just like,
She don't
dang,
know it.
mom, what does she know? Will you let her answer one thing?
I mean, like my
She knows how
daddy.
not to be a mom.
That part, but
Okay, if she don't know nothing else, she know that.
like
She needs to know how to. I'm just not gonna say it. I'm
yeah,
not.
no. Mm-mm.
All right, I'm gonna play this part where the lawyer starts talking. Child, the lawyer is just is full of shit, and I get it. You know, you got to make up a whole ass defense or whatnot. But
That's what I meant when I said he took that inch, and he is
oh yeah, he
stretching it
did
as
that.
far as he can.
He did. He did. What you say, Janelle?
Are we really about to look at that creepy looking crusty old man?
Mm-hmm.
Because of what they will do if they find out what Alexee did or what people think she did. That is a direct quote. She said both of those things. Her lawyer is claiming that she had no idea she was even pregnant.
I think it's pretty outrageous, actually.
That's how high-profile attorney Gary Mitchell describes the charge against his client. 19-year-old Alexee Trevizo, who is currently behind bars, charged with first-degree murder.
She's in great distress because she's in a jail and never been there before and didn't do anything to deserve being there. I don't care what the state of New Mexico may allege. She's at the only facility where she can get help. And then this happens. I have serious problems with that. I have serious problems with the hospital care. I have serious problems with the records we're now getting out of that hospital because I don't think it's necessarily correct and honest.
Trevizo's attorney claims there's more to the story.
They did some lab work, but they gave the medication before and gave it anyway. And that's powerful painkillers.
Mitchell describes Trevizo as a good student involved in cheer and choir, with no history of getting in trouble and already committed to New Mexico State University to continue her education.
And I have serious problems with the charge in this case, which is first-degree murder. And you can bet your life we're going to defend this tenaciously.
The state has filed a motion to keep Trevizo behind bars until trial. Mitchell argues she should be released, saying she's never fled after the incident and has no criminal history.
She just lost a son. She just lost a child. Well,
He did that.
There's got to be some common human decency here.
He
Alexee
really
was
did.
only in custody for several days before she was released on a $100,000 bond. The judge required her to go to counseling, but she is not required to wear an ankle monitor.
Okay, so he has a problem seeing because he's cockeyed, in case you didn't notice. So because he doesn't have 20/20 just visually, obviously, like morally, he's cockeyed too, because there's no way he really just said all that.
I'm still stuck on the she's a mom who just lost her child. You did it to yourself.
Yes, yes,
you did
yes.
this. Like you did this. You did this. Like
yep.
Whose fault is
that whole part
everyone wants to act. Everyone wants to act brand new now. Everyone wants to act brand new.
Right.
Okay, so like
and
right.
whose fault is that?
Because he's cockeyed, like he didn't know it was him saying. Make it make sense.
Like, sir, and whose fault is that? Like, sir, and whose fault is that? Please explain this to me. Please explain this to me. Whose fault is that? Because
he's the mayor of Deluluville.
Like she went to the park and lost her child somewhere. Like somebody kidnapped it. Make it make sense.
Like, because who did it? Who did it? Who did the charge nurse do? Like, who did it? Who was in the bathroom, sir? Tell me. Give me who? What creepy? Give me what black man did it? Because I know you about to find some random black man who did it. Who?
Right.
Give me what random black man did it. You know what? You know who it was, Auntie? I know exactly who it was.
The
It was
boogeyman.
the white man, the bald white man with orange hair.
That's who it
Krusty the
was. That
Clown?
same one that snatched up Carlothia ass.
Yes.
Sideshow Bob.
Yes.
It was the same one. Oh, y'all, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Really?
It was the bald white man with orange hair.
My brain
It was
hurts.
him. Yeah.
That's who it was in the bathroom.
My actual brain hurts.
Yeah, I'm angered.
That really didn't just happen. We really didn't
Yeah,
just
it
hear
did.
that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
The fuck? I don't mean to be cussing, but I mean, the box.
You know what? You know what? And I hate to say this because I know it's not the case, but I would have honestly taken that she had like postpartum and her mom was a helicopter mom and she was suffering with some sort
She
of
got
like emotional
postpartum in
trauma.
45 seconds.
I would have took any of that before that thing that they just gave me. I'd have took any of those things before that BS they just tried to spoon feed me about her being a mama. Like I don't know what else I don't know what I would have taken over that. But I'd have took she was
I thought we were sisters.
I don't
Why
know
did
what I
you
would
make
All right,
me
y'all
watch
listen
that?
to this. Y'all listen to this news update right here. Okay. This is an update from the lawyer. Okay, they're claiming that the hospital is negligent for what happened to Alexee Trevizo's son.
When was this? When did
y'all
this
listen to
come
this.
out?
This came out 2 weeks
2
ago.
weeks
This
ago.
is the latest, 2 weeks ago. Yeah. All right, here we go.
Will be the autopsy and toxicology results. Let's take a look. Cause of death: asphyxia, suffocation, strangulation, manner of death, homicide, how the injury occurred, tied in a plastic bag. Then the important toxicology results: caffeine presumed positive, morphine free, 19 nanograms per milliliter, phentermine 420 nanograms per milliliter. So what exactly do these results mean for the defense? Joining me right now in Ruidoso, New Mexico, Alexee Trevizo's defense attorney. He's back with us tonight, Gary Mitchell. Gary, thanks so much for joining us again tonight.
I cannot have
autopsy
confidence in a lawyer
results
that
are out.
dresses like that.
Toxicology is out. What does it mean to you?
Well, it means that this child didn't die like everybody thinks, and the child wasn't killed by my client. That's what that means. And at the end of the day, we know that there's a
I
major
want to
issue with the
know
autopsy
what
and the way
the
they
good he got.
claim that this child died of suffocation. That's not correct. We also know that the hospital committed a major wrong in giving my client morphine for a lengthy period of time, well over an hour, almost an hour and a half. And we know that the baby had morphine in it as well, which suppressed breathing. So there are many, many issues. We also know this child had certain bacteria that they found at the autopsy, including E. coli, which can cause major problems for a baby.
And so how is the hospital at fault for the E. coli being present?
First of all, a lot of women, when they push out babies, they shit. So yeah, he's gonna have there's shit on him from delivery. Okay, so you can't blame that on her. But for him to have the audacity, first of all, she had caffeine, phentermine, and morphine. That's what the baby had in his system. Okay. So which shows, okay, caffeine, she was taking energy drinks, obviously, because the bitch is pregnant and she's goddamn tired. The morphine has been in her system, of course, because she's been in the hospital. That's what they gave her. That's what's in the baby. But she was taking phentermine to try to lose weight because she was gaining weight from being pregnant. Here's my thing though. You can't get phentermine. First of all, you have to be over 18. And then You need a doctor's prescription for that. Okay.
Yep.
Even when you go to the weight loss center, they're going to do a urine test and a blood test on you. They're going to check for pregnancy. Okay.
Yep.
So who gave her them pills?
Who do you think?
Prescribed them pills for her?
I mean, I got
Who?
I
Because
got
if she was
I
just
got
taking
3
them off
guesses,
of,
the first 2 don't count.
if she was just taking them off of somebody else, like meaning her mom had them and she was just taking them off her mom, okay, that's one thing. But if there was an actual doctor that prescribed those meds for her, that doctor can be liable for something. Yeah, they can be liable for something. And some, I mean, again,
okay, but
even if
just,
you gave them a fake pee, they still check your blood. So,
but just for shits and gigs, let's just say, yeah, the baby had all them drugs in his system, and it depressed his reproductive system, his breathing. He was put in a garbage can with plastic.
Exactly, he was tied
Virtually
up
wrapped
in a
around his
bag.
whole
Exactly.
head. So even for a regular full grown adult, you wrap their head in plastic, they're not gonna last long. An infant with allegedly drugs in the system, yeah. Okay. She still put the baby in there, so
yeah, and then the baby died. Ultimately, the baby died of asphyxiation, suffocation.
Yeah.
That's what the baby died for. The baby didn't
Yeah.
die from no drugs in the system. The baby
Yeah.
died for she suffocated the baby.
Yeah, you could say that the drug suppressed his system. Coolsies. He wouldn't have had to worry about it had he not. Anyway,
I mean,
Tracy, what were
maybe
you gonna say?
I mean, maybe that E. coli came from that dirty tampon that you threw that baby on. I don't know. I
We
mean,
all
you
forgot
dirty, you no good heifer. All I'm going to say is you should rock right next to Tory Lanez. You no good. All I'm simply saying is you and your helicopter mammy. All I'm saying is you and your helicopter mammy both should catch this fade. I'm just simply saying if both of y'all want to go down by the riverfront, y'all can go ahead and catch the 1s and 2s and go ahead and get this good cheer action. I don't know what
Baby,
to tell
I got
y'all.
a folding chair in my car right now, ready to go. Okay, I'm not even fighting bitches with my hands no more. I got a folding chair for you hoes. Thunk taught me that. Okay, Thunk taught me that good old folding chair batter up on them bitches.
And annoyance right now
I'd
is at
anoint the
all
hell out of her ass.
time
But y'all,
high.
But
as of
why is this supposed to be a lawyer and he looks so sloppy? I can't trust
he now as
they said a top-rated attorney,
yeah,
right?
he's
like a
top rated.
high-powered attorney. He
But
ain't even know.
you know what? He's a criminal defense attorney. He's the type that gets guilty motherfuckers off. He's that type of lawyer. Like who did he represent, Tracy? He represented some high profile people, didn't he? I want to say, oh God, I don't want to get it wrong.
It doesn't matter. He is soulless. He has.
I cannot remember who. Excuse me, I can't remember, but yeah, he represents a bunch of guilty motherfuckers. Okay, but
well, you can't.
She got arrested in May, and she did 6 days in jail. Got out on $100,000 bond, and she's been home ever since then. Now, I'm not going to play the rest of what the lawyer was saying because I really don't give a shit about how she feels. But he says that there's a no contact order with her, so she has not been able to talk to her boyfriend. She doesn't have any friends. She doesn't talk to anybody.
Oh no.
So she lives a very somber life. She stays at home for the most part.
Nobody cares.
The school at first, there's a girl on TikTok. I think her name is Abby Blabby.
I follow her. Yeah,
she's been following it to a T. I mean, to a T. And I was wondering as well, like, why ain't nobody from the school? Like, normally you would see something about it on TikTok. Well, come to find out, her mother had put however, the school was notified, and the school put out a notice to the students that they cannot talk about it on social media. If they do, basically they could be, you know, held in contempt in some sort of way. Basically, once again, giving her sort of like a princess type treatment. You can't talk about you can't talk about her killing her baby.
Okay, wait.
She still did what she did.
Did she go to public school?
Yeah, it was a public school.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with the rate of how public schools are declining these days, should these kids really give a care about what these administrators are saying about
I don't even know, because it's only one high school in this damn town.
They could transfer.
It just
high school. They could drop out and get their GED. Why?
My thing is,
these teachers and
why did they wind up
threatening them?
Why did they wind up going to the hospital if this was a long-term plan?
Here's the thing. She
That's
goes
what
back
people
to
are
court.
saying.
She goes to the court to trial or whatnot. It doesn't start until October.
Ugh.
Actually, they pushed it back, Auntie. They pushed the trial back to like, I think they're gonna try. I think till January, which made me so more
and
upset.
You know what? Quite honestly, for her, you have to live with this until then. At least I feel like, okay, if you get your court done, you get your trial day, it is what it is. Boom, boom, do your sentence, whatever you got to do, and be on, you know, on with it. But if they keep pushing the trial back, you still have to deal with scrutiny. You still have to deal with the fact that you can't go out just anywhere and just do what you want to do without people talking about you, pointing at you. Because please believe, you come anywhere around Austin, Texas, if I see you or your big bobblehead ass mama, I'm gonna be one of the people like, girl.
Oh yeah, no. She's already.
Oh, let me send a text message to my girl. Like, girl, she here. Like, I would never take no pictures or record, because I'm not no pick up and record type person. I don't like that. I'm never gonna do that to nobody. But please believe, bitch, I will send a text message about your ass in a heartbeat. Bitch, let me tell you who I'm looking at right now.
Well, yeah, no, like right now her life is on pause, but I feel
video,
like,
but I damn sure will gossip be.
I feel like the longer they wait to like take this to trial, or the longer that there is a conclusion, I feel like eventually, hopefully, fingers crossed, allegedly, she'll get tired of her overbearing mother and just snap, and I mean verbally, and then she'll go to her lawyer and be like, "Ew, I'm done with this. Cut a deal."
She's gonna end up having to cut a deal, but you know
She's
what?
gonna have to.
I don't.
She's gonna have to get
go to
around
jail
her
for no
mother
long
first.
time. I don't know if she's gonna end up going to jail for no long time. I don't know if she is. How long did that other girl get? Did she just get like 15 years or something?
I have no idea, because I don't.
Yeah, like 14 or 15.
Yeah, she only got
Only,
15, 14, and she
Yep.
threw her baby in a dumpster.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I know who you're talking about now. Yeah.
And
Okay, but
dumpster divers found them.
Yeah.
And we talking
that
about
baby.
her ass. Yep, she's up on the docket too. We gonna be talking about you too, ma'am. Alicia, you ain't safe, ho. We coming for you too.
Her baby lived. Okay, this chick's
Yeah,
baby
her
And
baby
now
lived. Thank God.
And now the dad is taking care of the baby. But when that girl was being interviewed, she actually had the audacity to say, "Oh, can I have the baby back?"
You can catch these.
So we gotta talk about. We gotta talk about that.
You're right. He has had tons of high profile cases. He sure is.
Yeah, he
his
has,
most
girl.
high profile cases. Corey Poser, who was a 14-year-old boy who unalived his entire family.
Oh my
He
God.
is the type of lawyer that represents guilty people, and he looks for a way to get them off. He's the type of lawyer that casts reasonable doubt. Like, you can be guilty of your crime, but he's a cast reasonable doubt type.
No.
lawyer.
He didn't get him off, but he got him 23 years, which is pretty much
Better than
off.
life.
Because if you get
he gets parole.
Yeah. If you
He
get
ain't
off
getting
your
life.
if you
Independent
take
one
out
he
your
is, he only
whole
got to do
family, your whole family,
that's life. No parole.
Mm-hmm.
He got 23 years. Oh, yeah, this lawyer dude in the sloppy suit.
Oh, he cold. He cold. If I ever did it, I need y'all to pull some money together to get him. Because he gonna cast a reasonable doubt.
He's cold because he ain't got no soul.
Sure is.
He's
I said, if I ever have a riverboat brawl type moment, and I say the message in the Discord, hey, they got me on river.
He can't see
Call that
straight.
nigga, man.
Because
he goes the straight up abuse. He goes the straight up like they
He's
did
a
these
gaslighting
things.
ass. Like you didn't see what you thought you saw. That's right there. You didn't see that.
Yep.
You saw what you thought you saw of that, but that wasn't actually it. That you saw what you saw when you were seeing it. Like,
absolutely.
Oh, he's the one to make
really
you
have you
second
questioning
guess.
your own shit.
He's the one to make you second guess witness testimony, even though there are no witnesses.
He had me second guessing the video that you watching.
Yeah.
You watching video evidence and you second guess. Well, maybe.
Like, is that me? I don't know if that's me in the video.
I mean, the fact
What?
that
The sky is green now? Okay.
yeah, I mean,
he ain't got no soul.
Yeah, so apparently I just learned a lot.
Incarnate.
I learned a lot, and I learned that this person don't care about their life. So, I mean, apparently that they found the person who literally will
that will
save his
justify
page,
driving.
Tracy. Save his page, because if we did it, we need to hire him. We need to put money together, hire him. Save
Bookmark
his
that
page,
shit.
girl.
He's
Save
the
his
type that
info.
will convince you to drive behind them log trucks from Final Destination 2 and he'd say it's okay, and you'll do it. I don't like him.
No.
But bookmark him.
Yeah, bookmark it. Yeah, we've been talking for almost 2 hours going in about this shit.
Like this case, as soon as I saw the video, I have been on this case. I don't know what it is about, and it's just getting started. Like all the AI content on TikTok, like, have you seen that they've done these? There's a baby like, hi, my name is so-and-so. And on January 23rd.
It started popping up on my FYP page. And then I think a baby came up on my, and I was like, nope. And I cut it off, and I haven't seen another one. No, wait, no, I saw.
No, it's a mess. This whole town, has been flipped upside down.
That triggered me just because I've had 2 miscarriages before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And when I watched that, I don't know what it was. I hadn't thought about that. It hadn't crossed my mind. My son is 11. It has not, like, that's my rainbow baby. I have not thought about that that is my rainbow baby. That's why I go hard for his little crazy ass. He get on my fucking nerves over. That's my rainbow baby. But when I saw that video on TikTok, girl, it instantly got a lump in my throat and was like,
me too. I was just like, oh my God, like,
and it's like,
and
I don't even know what it was.
I can't feel bad for her. I can't feel bad for her because she made all these decisions. She lied about being active. She didn't tell her mom. She didn't, and like, she was 18 or she was 18, 19. Like, you can go to I know there's a Planned Parenthood somewhere in New Mexico. I don't care. And you don't even have to be in your small town. I know a lot of stuff has happened with My Body, My Choice and all of that, birth control and things like that. But the way that mom and the boyfriend's mom reacted in that, I'm just so happy for those cop videos because I mean,
the only thing that I really feel bad for Alexee is that she didn't have that sort of relationship with her mother, that she felt like she couldn't go to her and talk to her and tell her, because that's the sort of thing that I do feel bad about, just because I had that relationship with my mom to where I could go to her and I could talk to her. And I've worked on the end where seeing young girls where they're in situations and they just pour out so much to you that they couldn't even tell their mom. And for a lot of them, you know, they're so far along, you know, wherever in pregnancy, and you feel bad for them. Your heart goes out to them, and it's like, you told all this to me. Why can't you go to your mom? And just hearing those stories, so you don't know what the dynamic is. And I'm not blaming her mom. I'm not blaming her mom, because you never know what it was like for her mother growing up. You never know what her childhood was like, because you know the cycle can continue to go. You never know what her mother's name is Rosa. You never know how Rosa's childhood was, and how her mother was, and what she's seen growing up. You never know that. So you can't necessarily fault the mother. That could be the reason why she is the helicopter mom, because she didn't have the best childhood or whatnot. But I do feel bad for Alexee that she didn't feel like she could go to her mother and she could have that open, honest conversation with her about what it is and what happened. But the fact
it's hard
that
for
you were at the hospital, 3 weeks prior to that, and they knew something then, and then you went afterwards, and then you knew, and then you had the baby, and you took the time, 20 minutes worth of time, to have that child, to put that child in the trash bag, to wrap it up like a loaf of bread.
That that shows intention right there.
Listen,
that shows
Take it out
intention.
of the trash,
this
put it
is
in a
this
new liner.
this is why I don't
And
feel bad. No,
That
because
I
this
don't
is
feel
why.
bad for.
Because let me tell you why. Because she could have did all of that. She could have went right in that bathroom, had that baby, and as soon as that baby came out, had
And
call,
handed it right to
listen.
them.
She didn't even listen. She could have called a nurse in that bathroom and said,
no,
"I can't
that's
do this."
exactly what I was about to say,
Look,
Tracy.
called
The
the nurse
call
in that
button
bathroom
is
and said,
in the
"I
bathroom.
can't do this." I said, "I
And that
can't
would
do this.
be
Don't tell my mom." Walked out of that door, went in the bathroom, continued on with her delusions, and then kept on with the story, and then acted like nothing would have happened. And she could have
Because
kept on with her story.
honestly, as HIPAA would have it, she could have been like, I don't want my mother in here or any of that. They could have told
exactly
the mother
because she's
to
over
leave
18.
out of there because she was 19 years old. And like you said, Tracy, she could have hit that emergency call button that's in that bathroom, be like, look here,
she
I just
chose
delivered my
not
baby.
to.
Please don't say nothing to my mama. Put me in another room. I'll talk about it then. But don't say nothing to my mama. I will let my mama know. She's a goddamn adult. They would have done that. That's a safe haven hospital.
And that's
they would have done that, and they would have respected her privacy for that.
Look,
and that's the thing. That would have been if I was on the jury, that would have been my deciding factor. The fact that there was a call button in that bathroom and she chose not to use it and instead just chose a different situation.
Chose to
That's
spend
what I'm
20 minutes
saying.
flushing the toilet. If I'm in the toilet for 20 minutes, it's because I'm rolling a blunt. Okay.
Girl.
I mean, but that's
Don't
like,
even worry about it. Look,
it's 20 minutes. Like for me, it's just rude.
Look, so for me, that is my feeling right there. So everybody's like, "Oh," I was like, "No," because that is my determining factor right there. That like she could have absolutely went in there and chose to give birth in that bathroom by herself. Absolutely no problem. She could have absolutely did that. And as soon as she did, she could have called someone in there and said, "Listen, I can't do this here. Do not tell anyone." And they would have had no choice but to accept it.
I feel like her mom got it in her head that she can't. Like, mom, I'm your mom. I have to be here. It's my right. You know, like typical Karen
You
shit.
can already tell. Yeah. So like you said, they're supposed to even ask if it's okay to have. And I'm sure they did. And I'm sure she was like, yes, that's fine. I'm sure they did ask her that, because you can see the look in the terror in her eyes talking to her mama. Oh yes, they asked her, because as a medical professional now to this day, 2-3 times today, you ask a patient when they got somebody else, are you okay with me discussing your medical history with this person here? Yeah, because then you got to document that in the chart. Yeah. Oh yeah. They asked her that, and I'm sure it shit stinks She said, yes, that's fine, because she wasn't finna say no in front of her mama. Because then the mama would have been like, what you mean? You live with me. You stay in my house and blah, 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 blah. That would have been the next thing coming from the mama.
Mother answered for her. Mother said, yeah, no. What's going on?
That is where the fine line of me saying I don't. And like that is where my feeling of, oh my gosh, because you were alone. You didn't have your mother there to say, oh my gosh, look, you had no one there. That was 100% your choice. It was nobody in that bathroom with you, but you and your conscience, heifer. That was you and you alone. You made that decision.
And didn't even make a peep. The nurses and all that didn't even make a peep.
Which is
now I know when I pushed my baby out, I at least did a whole or something.
So at this point, I'm just simply saying, you made that choice. That was a conscious decision that you made on your own. Hey, so when you chose to do that right there, you could have absolutely just said, hey, you could have chose to put the baby in the trash can, not wrap the little boy in the bag.
You could have just time to do that.
You could have just politely just sat him right there, just sat him there, not wrap him up, just sat him right there and be like, listen, I just did a thing. He's right there, but I can't tell my mom.
Placenta down and all that.
But I can't tell my mom. Can you please, I know she's going to come looking for me. Can y'all make sure, can y'all make sure that something happens? I don't care if y'all tell her I passed out and y'all need to wheel me to the ER. I don't care what y'all tell her. That ain't my problem. Y'all figure that out amongst yourselves.
Mizzle, to answer your question, yes, she has been charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence, but she did 6 days in jail. She bonded out for $100K, which is what, $10,000 that the parents, because you had to pay 10% of that $10,000 that the parents or whomever put up to get out of jail. So she's out on bond right now. She doesn't go back to court. Like Janet was saying, that it was October, but I guess it was pushed back again to January. The lawyer said she lives a very somber life because she has no friends and she doesn't go out to parties. She doesn't go out to clubs. She has enough.
But she went to prom. She went to prom.
Mind you, even after she went and delivered on January 26th, although 27th is when she actually delivered at like 1:40 in the morning or whatnot. She went to school or whatever afterwards. Okay. So it's like nobody really knew what was going on. She went to prom. Okay. There's prom pictures of her smiling with a boyfriend and all of that. Now, the boyfriend's mama, why you still let him go? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I do too. I would. After that hospital night, I would have told my son, you are to not see her ever again. And I will talk to the detective because I'm looking out for you. Like, I would have been like, what you're not going to do is pin any of this on my son.
Exactly. The old school in me is like, I don't want you to talk to her. I don't want you to say nothing to her. None of that. Because if something...
I've been thinking she crazy. I'd have been like, oh no, she crazy.
No, you can't talk to that girl. Not until we know exactly what in the hell went on. I'm sorry, even afterwards. Because that girl could have got you caught up in some bullshit that she did to your child.
And at
she
this
murdered
point,
your child.
At this point, mom could still be trying to plot. We don't know.
She crazy. Carry on. Won't do the kookaloos.
Y'all, look, we finna get on up out of here because this wine done ran through me, child. I gotta pee. So next week,
wait, when are we gonna discuss what you had sent me on TikTok?
Obviously, right now. Let me talk. We'll talk about it backstage, girl. We'll talk about it backstage.
Okay.
What the fuck, Wednesday?
Thank you for doing this. Yes. True crime is it. True, and I'm glad you said it. Yeah, you're right. The writers on strike, but you know who's not on strike? True crime. True crime is not on strike.
On
We
strike
got
because
all the.
it's always gonna be some crazies out here killing their babies, killing their family, killing complete strangers. Okay. If there's any stories that you want us to cover, the next case that we are going to talk about next week, I don't know if y'all have heard about it, but of course I will send you the information on it. We're going to talk about the curious case of Natalia Grace. Okay?
Oh, I love this one too, girl. Yes, let's do it.
This is the story of a young girl who was 6 years old, she was an adoption. She was from Russia. She was adopted into a family who later on found out that supposedly, allegedly, who they thought was a 6-year-old was actually a 20-something-year-old woman. Okay. There was a movie that was based off of this. I don't know if you guys seen The Orphan, but we're going to talk about that. Okay. If you've seen The Orphan is the first kill is the first one. I mean, the next one that just came out. If you've not seen The Orphan, do me a favor. You got 7 days from today. Okay. Go watch that. Go watch The Orphan. I will see. You know what? As a matter of fact, in the Discord, okay,
I was gonna say
about the curious case of Natalia Grace. If you guys are interested in talking about that at all, you want to be a part of the panel to give your 2 cents about true crime, you have to be a part of the Discord, okay? That's the only way you're going to get the link. You have to be a part of the Discord, okay? And it's gonna be Wednesday, 7:30. Okay, what the fuck? True Crime Wednesdays. That's what we're gonna do. Okay.
That's it. And somebody did ask about oh yeah, I'm gonna post an article about because it said something about Natalia has been seen with a new dad. I'm gonna post that in the chat, but somebody did ask about Lil Tay. So
yes, Lil Tay. I
gotta rest that song.
That she died. Honestly, I don't know anything about her. I don't know nothing about her. I'm 43. And I only little I know is Wayne. So I don't know nothing else with her.
This to her family, and that's about all I got for it. That's all the energy I have.
Yeah, I don't know anything about her. But
you have me up all night watching that.
The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, baby. Yes, that is a story right there. But Tracy, did you see the acting from the dad?
Girl, that daddy.
Could he not be on Broadway?
Oh my goodness. He deserves an Emmy, an Oscar. Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Was y'all's favorite part not when he was demonstrating how his wife was beating Natalia and he was beating her?
No.
Beating the ground?
No. My favorite was him breaking down, crying.
That's what I wanted to do.
He had lost everything about what a broken man he was. Them tears, child.
Girl.
Yes.
Girl, wait. When that joker was like, "Do you want me to do it?" I was like,
at the very end of the very last episode, you see that? I told you that. I said I need you to watch every episode all the way through, but the very last episode, I mean, all the way to the very end when they roll the credits, I need you to watch it all the way. And that fool told on himself.
I was like,
and didn't care.
I was like, what in the Bravo ending?
He was like, "You want me to do it again? Because I can really cry." What?
That's kind of like that Robert Durst situation.
Yes! Oh my goodness. Yes, it's giving Robert Durst. I said, "What in the Bravo ending?" What?
I killed all of them. I'll do it again.
And I do it again. Okay. All right, y'all. We finna get on up out of here. Next week, Wednesday, 7:30. We will be discussing the curious case of Natalia Grace. Okay. I appreciate y'all for stopping by here. It was the producers and the for sure. appreciate y'all coming up and talking with me. You know, I love chit chat, especially if it's over some wine, baby. Y'all can be doing anything else on a Wednesday night, but you came here to kick it with us. We appreciate y'all so very much. And I'm gonna try to have like a little intro or something we'll not put together for next week's What the Fuck True Crime Wednesday. Okay, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Y'all have a blessed hump day. Hopefully somebody humping on somebody, because I ain't gonna be humping on nothing but that rose tonight. Anyways, all right, love y'all. Bye.
Love you guys. Have a good